guys so much for joining us and being so patient with the lack of it working on my off my computer. If it ever pops in there, we'll go for it, but I don't know that it will. So this is our Creative Hive Live for Thursday, and we have such awesome representation now from all these local entrepreneurs and so many different industries in our city. And today we're just talking a bit about who we are, what we faced, what we're facing as we continue to deal with COVID like so many others, and what we felt when we heard stage one of the reopen. I know the rug was pulled out from underneath all of us, about 7 weeks ago, but was it again? It's kind of the question right now. So let's start with introducing everybody. Kathleen, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sorry. Hi guys, my name is Kathleen Ritchie. I run Rich Beauty, which is an independent hair salon here in the city. I've been a hairstylist for about 10 years. So that being said, I am technically phase one. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I've been self-isolating. I haven't been working in about 8 weeks. And so now just trying to navigate what comes next along with everyone else.
Let's go down here, Jesse.
Hi, Jesse Gabina from Central Social Hall, Jasper and St. Albert. We have been open, I guess you can say, partially for takeout and delivery. And us too as part of the restaurant phase one reopening, potentially.
Potentially. That's, I think, a word we're going to hear a lot in the next little while. This is Brady Harris. Hi, Brady. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. So I'm one of the owners of Love Pizza with my husband, Gavin. Like Jesse said, restaurants are stage one, but we won't be whipping open our doors on the 14th. We're kind of in a wait-and-see spot right now, and we're doing curbside pickup and delivery, and we've been pretty busy with that. So it's been interesting for our teams and for us, but it is what it is.
You're absolutely right. That's a motto we've been hearing a lot, that it is what it is. Hello, Ashley. How are you?
I'm good. My dog Bandit decided to join me, so he's just cute baby. I have a marketing company called Chatty Girl Media, and it was definitely impacted by what's going on right now. We did lose some of our clients because their facilities had to close, but we are still working with some of our clients, and some of them have had to pivot and sort of transition the way that they sell, the way that they market. So it's been a very interesting 8 weeks. We had to go into quarantine right away because we were on vacation.
So you guys felt that right away.
Yeah.
Justine, you are also part of this next phase and wondering, what the heck to do.
Yeah, so my name is Justine Martinson. I own Lipstick Empire Laser Spa on 124th Street here in Edmonton. So we are actually in phase two because we're itching to get back to work, but we've always followed Alberta healthcare standards, so safety standards. So we are just following protocols and procedures, getting all of our PPE, and just playing the waiting game like everyone else and doing curbside pickup and delivery of products. So happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So let's just start with this, guys, and see where the conversation takes us. When you heard the announcement last week, stage one, the reopen will start, what were your reactions? What did you think?
Who wants to go first? Everyone's so polite here.
I know, right?
I can go, or Kathy, whoever.
No, you go first, Justine.
Okay, I was really excited. I actually read it wrong, and I thought that medical spas and spas were going to be in phase one. So I was stoked. We've been closed for a couple of months. I, like Ashley, was on vacation and had to self-isolate for 14 days starting March 15th. So I laid off my staff from my couch. I shut down my business from my couch. It was very hard, like it has been for everybody. And I was just so excited to get back and see my staff and see our amazing client. And then I saw that we were phase two, and I thought, okay, we've still got a ways to go. And I'm still hopeful. I'm still excited. but now I want to be a resource. I want to be a person that is doing so much research and finding out what we need in our community for spas and salons, and I want to share that with everyone so we can all have a safe reopening.
I guess that's kind of the key message there. You know, Jesse, what did you think when you heard that? For me, it was like, yes. And then in the same breath, it was like, oh.
Yeah. Sorry, was that to Jesse or Justine?
Jesse, just wondering, yeah, like you kind of, there's that double-edged sword with all of this.
When I heard the announcement, we watched it live with Jason. My first gut reaction was excitement in the sense of, we're also itching to get back open, itching to get, quote unquote, back to the new normal, whatever term people are using nowadays. But then starting to break it down and really getting an understanding of what that looks like. We were sort of really quickly, as before the shutdown, we certainly adopted some quick practices as far as safety protection. We've been doing takeout and delivery, so as far as safety procedures, cleanliness, hygiene, all that sort of going on a smaller scale. Now we just, in a much more controlled environment, as we only have our core salaried staff working, without a real factoring of guests and guest interaction. There's just a lot of, seems like the excitement, the announcement was great, there's a lot of excitement, but then a minute after I just had a million questions and they don't seem to all be answered.
You're right. The answers still aren't there. So what are you guys doing, Kathleen? Are you guys opening May 14?
So my plan, or my, thought around May 14th was never really as like a date to reopen. It was more as a date to have safety measures in place, have orders coming in, and then to contemplate from May 14th moving forward what rebooking clients actually looks like. Because like Jesse said, there was that sense of excitement and then so many unanswered questions and so many maybes. I feel as though everything I've read about these May 14th and phase 1 openings, it's been like maybe May 14th, perhaps as early as, and like that's a lot of language to me that I just think it doesn't necessarily sound very promising. And again, safety for myself, for my clients is the number one priority. It's the most important. So how to go about reopening businesses, and I know everyone on this panel feels the same, that's safe for everyone.
What does it mean, Ashley? Like, what do we need to do? What are you doing?
I think for the clients that I currently work with, one of them is in retail. We've sort of had the discussion about when they do reopen, communicating that through social media, what the practices are that they're going to put in place. So customers who are going online can refer to that. I imagine there's going to be a million questions. So anyone that has their business on social media should be prepared to answer all those questions, rightfully so, because people are scared and they want to know how you're going to be preparing your business to reopen again.
It's, Brady, you guys, it's been fun watching Jesse both and Brady and everyone here, doing what they can do online. You guys have had a lot of takeouts going out. I mean, does it make sense to open now, or what was your reaction to all of it?
For us, we've been doing curbside pickup and delivery since this started. We've always done pickup and delivery. We had our own online system to begin with. We've been doing our own delivery for almost 2 years now, so we had a bit of a head start in some respect for getting that set up and our customers being used to that. Obviously,
we lost her for right now. Maybe her internet's doing the same as mine. There we are.
No.
Hi, Brady.
Am I back?
You're back. You're just sideways.
Oh.
There you go.
Whoop. There. Right.
You know what? Technology's not being our friend today. how can the community help you guys? How can the community, people that are watching, how can they actually help? I mean, is it withholding judgment on whatever your decisions would be? Is it continuing to purchase online? How can they help you?
I think the answer is really all of the above. Like when you go online to these forums, I mean, everyone's divided. Everyone has their opinions, and I don't see that necessarily changing. But it's about respecting everyone's doing what they need to do. There is not a right answer. We won't know what was right and what was wrong until it's done and proven one way or the other. So just allowing people to do what they need to, and then making your own personal choices for yourself, for your family, for your business, without any judgment towards anyone else.
I agree, Kathleen. That's a big one for us too. And I know a few people, when we were open March 15th, like, we were still open for a few days. A lot of people were like, why are you open? What are you doing? Like, this is our livelihood. This is what we love to do. We were trying to wrap it up as quickly and as safely as we could. But it's just, withholding that judgment. We have to all do what's right for our businesses and for our teams. And whether that means, going back when we're allowed to, or staying closed for a little while longer.
Whenever there's an opportunity to help a small business by liking a post or sharing some details about what they have going on during Mother's Day, I always encourage it. I do it myself. I just featured a bunch of businesses yesterday that are doing something for Mother's Day, and I think if we can all make the effort to help each other out and spread the word on when people are reopening or how they've pivoted their business, it's very helpful.
Yeah, I think that, Ashley said it. We've seen a ton of community support, a ton of new faces actually with, I guess we haven't seen their face, a ton of new people commenting on social media that they've tried Central for the first time. So we've been so grateful for that. I think the other interesting thing about the divisiveness of the reopen is that, Dr. Hinshaw was highly regarded for so long, and still is, but I mean, to the point where people were buying t-shirts with her face on it, like she was this the subculture rock star, and just thinking about what her job is like I don't know, I've never heard who our head of public health has ever been until this time. Like, who was that person? Probably somebody, some cushy job floating into retirement. Dr. Hinshaw ends up with all of this. So I think for me, it's like, we placed so much trust into her and her decisions and her team up until this far. So if she's advising now that it's time to start integrating in some small steps, like, why would we question her now? Like, we did so well, we flattened the curve. Yesterday we had one case in Edmonton. They're testing crazy. I'm a restaurateur, I'm not a doctor, so I rely on professional advice like that. So for me, I feel a little bit like, hey, you know what? She's taken us this far and been this successful. So it seemed as soon as they announced the relaunch, people then lashed back at her. And rightfully so, people are scared, and I understand that. But I'm just trying to trust that she's doing the best thing. And from our standpoint, we're waiting to see, again, what are those recommendations for all of our industries? Like, what do they recommend with 50% capacity, but social distancing is how. Yeah, so I mean that's where we're at. I guess to answer the question specifically is keep taking out food, get some delivery once in a while, and we really appreciate it.
You guys have each made so many good points in all of this, and you're absolutely right. We've trusted her this long. I ordered a t-shirt, I will admit, because she was just a calming voice in all of this, and maybe it's because it was her voice every day. It was that same voice and the same cadence and the same directness, in my opinion, every day. So I agree. I mean, with Creative Hive, we're waiting to, obviously, the event side of it not happening, but maybe in coworking we can do 10 people and we can separate it out, and maybe we can have our studio space opening up a little bit. We're taking a few bookings with 5 people or less, one group at a time, in 2,500 square feet. I mean, and then cleaning in between. And so for us, it's just about that planning and prepping. And so what are each of you doing to plan and prep, or can we even, because it's changing, beyond just making sure it's safe?
Yeah, I mean, it's taking all the proper sanitization methods. And I know, like, especially all of our industries, I think we're all pretty good about making sure our hands are washed and our stations are clean or whatever that may be. But I do think it's now figuring out what the next level is. And, you know, I've ordered face masks for myself, for my clients, these funky little face shields that I actually saw on Justine's page, and I thought that looks brilliant. And then I think it's really important also to just go slow in the beginning. Like, it's not just like a jump back to what it used to be with a ton of clients or a ton of people in spaces. It is going to be a very slow progression, and just having a lot of patience, I think, is going to be key.
Yeah. So well said. We have, like Kathleen said, the face shields. We're also selling these like adorable little lip masks that I cannot keep in stock. I've gone through 3 shipments of these. It is just a fun way for us to connect with our community. We are in no way making a profit off of these, but it's a cool way to keep everyone safe, and just a little reminder of who we are and the place that we have in people's hearts and the place we have in ours. So that's been really fun, and just keeping my head in the game. So something little, but goes a long ways.
Yeah, we're trying to do some supporting local too by using some of the local distilleries to do sanitized stations, like each station by a different distillery, so that we can show all the different. There's quite a few of them doing things right now. It's pretty impressive, actually. I personally have enjoyed watching how some people shift. I mean, what have you guys noticed that maybe you'll implement or take with you, or that you want to just give a shout out to? Because there's been some cool shifts happening in the city by different people.
Yeah, I think the shift out is Hanson Distillery and the sanitizer, like you talked about. I feel that they were a leader in that. I noticed it right away online, and I thought to myself, that was a really great idea to pivot. Companies, there's a lot of clothing brands that have shifted into making masks now. I noticed one in California that was sort of premature to it, and she was attacked quite a bit online. So I was a little bit like, oh gosh, I don't know how people are going to react to this. But then all of a sudden they're recommending that people are wearing them out in public, and now everyone wants them. So it's nice to see clothing companies using their resources to pivot.
You know, there's so many ways you can go this. What's one thing, I'd like to go through each of you, what's one thing that you've learned that you'd like to pass on as we start navigating stage 1, and then maybe back to 0, and then maybe stage 3, like
things that they don't agree with, and it's okay to disagree with other people, but certainly not okay to lash out at them online. So I think just having a little bit more understanding and perhaps not engaging with people who are upset about things like that. Everybody reacts in a different way to stressful circumstances.
Brady? Keep making good pizza.
I feel Kathleen a lot with the patience part of it, and just kind of trying to think about and in the situations that they're in, because nobody's situation, whether you're a business owner, a parent, a grandma, whoever, you're not in the same situation as somebody else, and just realizing that people need to make the choices that are best for them, and they need to think about the people that are in their circle, whether it's their staff or their clients or their customers, and just kind of keeping an open mind with that as much as we can.
Jesse, I need you to tell us how you kept the food warm the whole time. Like, I picked it up at Central, and even all the way home on the West End, it was still actually warm. When I got home, everyone was shocked.
Once a week from Central, I love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have no secret. We just heat it up.
Get it out.
For me, I think the one thing I'm taking away from all this is an immense amount of gratitude, and for one, I'll never take any. We all have times that we take our business for granted, but hugging somebody. I'm a big. I don't know, call it a bro hug. I don't know if that's proper terminology these days, but I'm certainly a hugger, a handshaker. little intricacies in my business, seeing customers, grateful for all of that. And amidst all this craziness or moments of uncertainty, some gratitude, and then carrying that through into whatever phase we get to.
Finding those special moments. For us, it's community. I'm absolutely thankful for Edmonton as a community, and I'm absolutely amazed at how this community has come together in so many different ways. And in my opinion, the positive has far outshone the negative as far as that's concerned. And it's been pretty special to see. And Justine and Kathleen, both you guys have been curating community throughout this entire process as well.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And I was saying this to you yesterday, Des, when we talked. It's been really awesome to see my business from 10,000 feet above, because we're all in it. The day-to-day, we are just caught up in the hustle. And it's been a really good opportunity for me to take a look at my business, the ins and outs, and really find out what's working and what is not. And I've been working with my business coach, going through my business with a fine-tooth comb, and I'm relit. I am so excited to get back and see my clients and my staff and my people. So it's been tough, but I'm excited to get back.
All right. Anybody, just before we sign off, because I know everyone has other things to go to, not to mention I was 15 minutes late and this still isn't working properly as I hold my cell phone up for all of you. But is there anything happening at each of your places that you want to chat about quickly before we move on? So, what's happening with Chatty Grow Media? Any big things coming up? Just let's tell people what's going on, because there is still so much going on in our city, even if it isn't face-to-face. That has also been pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, there's definitely been a shift for me having the 2 kids at home and having to get them into schoolwork and stuff. So I haven't had as much time to focus on Chatty Grow Media as the business. I'm still continuing to work on blogging and partnerships and things like that. And I'm looking forward to really getting back to travel one day, because that's probably my favorite aspect of my job is sharing travel adventures.
Oh, you meet both. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Brady, what do you guys have going on? I mean, you have lots going on all the time. I know that. Just tell me.
Yeah, we've been pretty busy. We're still getting our support pizzas out. We've done just over 900 now.
Wow.
It's a lot. And we sold 2,300, so I still have a lot to organize and get out and make. So that's going on. And then more days, we've got our ATB 40% off healthcare worker discount that they partnered up with us in Northern Chicken and Deluxe for. So that's been busy. And then just kind of planning on how we can figure out how to do our reopen and slowly and keep our team safe and all that. So it's every day there's kind of something new with that, obviously. So
thanks for sharing. Justine, how about you guys? Masks.
Myself, along with my general manager, Jen, have been doing virtual consultations. So skin consultations, and we are doing curbside delivery of products, along with those cute little face masks I was showing you. So we're doing that. We've been doing a walkthrough of our business as well, because it's so crazy. We were all about the touch points before, how we could connect with people, how we could add those little extras, and now it's the non-touch points. So we're just trying to walk through everything and just make everything safe. We've got our safety shield put up around our front desk. We have a heat gun, so we're taking temperatures. We're just, we don't want to miss anything. And so we just keep going through it over and over we walk in through our door and just walk through the rooms and just have been planning it out.
That's Jesse, you're joining with Carrie Dahl tonight, aren't you?
I am.
Jesse is, yeah. Oh, it was last?
Not Friday. So we did, you can still watch it.
There you go.
It's on Facebook. So we did a happy hour and we made some drinks and we shared the secret of our caramelized onion sour cream. And it was fun. We did also a cocktail a non-alcoholic cocktail. So for kids at home, if they want to start cocktails at a young age with juice and syrups and citrus fruit, they can get started. But for us, Mother's Day is coming up, so as Ashley so kindly shared, We're doing a Mother's Day sort of cook for mom type thing where we're going to do a bruschetta or Caesar salad, and then we're going to prepare most of the pasta. So there'll be a few steps you can finish off at home for. It's not a complete cook from scratch, so you don't need to be a Red Seal chef or a Movie Network superstar to get this done. Just a couple easy steps, and then we're going to round that out with Nutella cheesecake. And of course, we have 50% off all of our alcohol menu available for pickup and delivery as well. So Mother's Day, and then really just people that are fans of Central, just stay tuned to see what we're going to do.
Kathleen, how about you guys?
You know, just taking it really slow day by day. When the March 14th announcement first kind of came out, I mean, my phone exploded, which has been so nice. Like, it's been really nice to reconnect with clients and chat with them and just kind of explain where we're at with reopening and everything. Nothing too crazy going on, to be honest, possible. And I think everyone can attest to sometimes getting a little bit of a burnout going. So I've attempted to take this time actually as just like a little bit of space for me, a little bit of, doing what's best, personal self-care. And I'm excited to just see how things go moving forward. If and when phase 1 does happen and reopening.
Thank you guys so much. And I will make sure and add to the comments below everyone's links. So if they need to find you and have any questions or want to help out in any way or order Nutella cheesecake, which I'd highly recommend. Charlotte has asked regularly. Pardon me?
I said, I'm thinking pizza and Nutella cheesecake is what I need very soon.
Right? Yeah, Charlotte's a huge fan of macaroni pizza. So yeah, there's all kinds of good things. So thank you guys so much for helping us connect. And I think, by leading, you guys are all leading by example. So I appreciate it very much. And I hope to have you all back in the Creative Hive in person at some point when it's safe. So
thank you, Dennis.
Have a great, bye guys. Have a great weekend.